Okay, so now that we've introduced graph isomorphism, I want to show you something pretty cool. So here I am on the on our D2L page. I'll show you where I am actually. If you go into content, I've got in the online stuff. We're in chapter 10. Look in 10.3 over here in the 10.3 folder. I will be posting videos in here, but right now I just have this link. Graph isomorphism game. Click on that link and it takes you to this game. So this is a game where you can, where it shows you two graphs and asks, are these isomorphic? So the idea here is you can play around with this by grabbing and dragging and moving the vertices. This is a great tool, by the way, for just wrapping your head around what a graph is in the first place. But the goal here is to determine if these are isomorphic. And it starts with very simple examples and we say yes or no. So here I've arranged these so that they look the same shape. I can say yes, they are. And here are some other ones. Okay, this looks almost exactly the same as last time, right? These are clearly isomorphic because they're the same graph. And you can kind of go through this and they get slightly harder and slightly harder and harder. Now these look pretty similar to the example I was just showing you, right? In fact, if you rearrange these enough, then you can make them look almost the same. Okay. Now, it gets slightly harder as you go on. Are these the same? Well, this one is a triangle with a single pendant vertex hanging off one of the corners. And this is also a triangle with a single pendant vertex hanging off one of the corners. And eventually we get to situations where they're not the same. This is identical to the previous example. Where does that happen? Oh yeah, okay, so here we go. So this is two triangles which are connected at one of their vertices, like a bow tie. This one is not. This is what I like to call the house graph. Let me arrange into a house. There we go. It's a house, or if you'd like, an envelope. These graphs are not the same, right? It's kind of hard to say exactly why they're not the same. We're going to get to that in a few minutes. But I mean, for one thing, this has this central vertex of degree 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whereas if you look at all the vertices of the house graph over here, none of these are of degree 4. The biggest degree you have is 3. And that difference is enough to tell you that these are not actually the same graph. No, they're not isomorphic. And this game continues. You can click on the link and do this game. I won't go too much further because I think it's the same every time, so I don't want to spoil it for you. But do this game and see how you do. And I think this would be a great way to help you wrap your head around this idea of isomorphism. And it's also kind of fun.